Yeah. Well, let's talk about you for a second. Let's go back. You and I actually have something in common in terms of swimming, and it's pertinent to the next few months. We actually both finished third at the Olympic trials. I just read that in your bio just a minute ago. I didn't know that about you, but talk to me about that. What event was it, and how was that experience for you?
It was 400 IM,
Okay.
and it was super painful because what it took to get second wasn't anything special that year,
Yeah.
and it was my former teammate at USC, and
What
you
year
know
was this?
he this was 92,
Okay.
so
Barcelona
yeah, I mean,
Olympics.
yeah, it would have been Barcelona, and it in '88 I watched just this chaotic trials where Pablo Morales doesn't even make the team.
Mm.
Like he was a world record holder, multiple gold medalist in '84, and in the U.S. anything can happen. And if I would have been better prepared in '92, I didn't even go best times, and I still got third. I could have definitely made it, but I think from a coaching perspective, it made me super hungry to give people what I didn't get, what I
Right.
missed out on, and then I had to wait from that point until 2016 to even get to go to the Olympics. At one point I thought I would never get to go.
Wow.
Like I'm like that, and it's a dream of a lot of people. I
Sure.
get recruits coming into the office and they go, "My dream is to go to the Olympics," and I look at them and I go, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
It's
me
just
too.
so hard,
Yeah.
to get there. But I think it made me a much better coach, and I'm more compassionate, and I also understand the journey is so hard. Um, and then once you're to the Olympics, it's more like a celebration. Like,
Yeah.
you know, to go through the trials, and get named to the Olympics, either as a swimmer or coach, it's very, very special. And I remember sitting in the room like the day after, and I was like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
We don't need to do anything more. And the U.S. team, and this is one thing that I think makes the U.S. special, is they're like, this is probably our worst Olympic team on paper in decades. This is how you're only projected to get 20 medals, but we're shooting for like 32. And you guys, it's up to you guys. We win medals, we win gold, silver, bronze. We're not going to stand for this. And Frank Bush was leading that talk, and it was like, it just dawned on me, man, I got to get my act together. I mean, this
Mm.
job is not done. We got to squeeze a little bit more out of Blake or Cody or whatever. So
Well, is there any lesson there that you share with your athletes or you can share with us in terms of, trying to avoid that third place position because you don't want it.
yeah,
The pain for me was real too, man. It took me years to get over it, and it helped me in a positive way because I went back 4 years later and I was determined that that was not going to happen again. So, but there was lessons learned for me in that process. For me, the big one was I was hoping to make the Olympic team. And then when I went back in 2000, I knew I was going to, I had made a decision. I'm making the Olympic team, but my mentality was wrong in 96. It was like, I hope I can make this. I hope I'm good enough. And that cost me a couple of hundreds of seconds, which that was the difference between making and not making. It was just kind of a belief. So was there a lesson there for you?
well, for sure. And I'll give you a couple examples myself, and then Blake is a good example
Mm-hmm.
of how to handle things positively. My I had switched training 2 years before that Olympic trials, and I see just so many people picking up and transferring or switching programs, and the relationship that needs to happen between coach and swimmer takes years.
Yeah.
There is no pink pill. It's we're dealing with human beings, and I think people just need to be a little more patient and hold the course.
Sure.
And you always think, I went from USC to Texas. Texas was winning all these NCAA titles, and that doesn't mean that's going to work for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's the relationship of the coaching staff, and the athlete. So the lesson is just stick with what's working.
Yeah.
Because I'd only gone best times, and then I make a change and I start to stagnate.
Yeah.
But I see that as a coach, I've seen that happen quite a bit.